For the rest of the day Thursday, temperatures should rise above freezing and transition the precipitation over to all rain. Slow down and use caution while traveling. The current time is 7:06 p.m. Central Standard Time. A winter storm warning remains in effect until 6 p.m. Thursday along and west of Interstates 57 and 24 in southern Illinois into West Kentucky. Moderate to at times heavy mixed precipitation is expected. Ice accumulations from 0.2 to near 1/2 of an inch are likely. Sleet accumulations of up to 1/2 inch are expected in portions of southeast Missouri and southern Illinois, with minor sleet accumulations across West Kentucky. A few power outages and minor tree damage are likely due to the ice. Travel could be hazardous. The hazardous conditions could impact the morning or evening commute. Most of the ice and sleet accumulation should be tonight into early Thursday morning. For the rest of the day Thursday, temperatures should rise above freezing and transition the precipitation over to all rain, except for those areas from the Ozark foothills into southwest Illinois. If you must travel, keep an extra flashlight, food, and water in your vehicle in case of an emergency. A winter weather advisory in effect from 4 p.m. this afternoon to 6 p.m. Thursday east of Interstate 57. Mixed precipitation is expected with total sleet accumulations of up to 1/2 inch and ice accumulations from 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch likely. Plan on slippery road conditions. The hazardous conditions could impact the morning or evening commute. Most of the ice and sleet accumulation should be tonight into early Thursday morning. For the rest of the day Thursday, temperatures should rise above freezing and transition the precipitation over to all rain. Slow down and use caution while traveling. The current time is 7:08 p.m. Central Standard Time. A winter storm warning remains in effect until 6 p.m. Thursday along and west of Interstates 57 and 24 in southern Illinois into West Kentucky. Moderate to at times heavy mixed precipitation is expected. Ice accumulations from 0.2 to near 1/2 of an inch are likely. Sleet accumulations of up to 1/2 inch are expected in portions of southeast Missouri and southern Illinois, with minor sleet accumulations across West Kentucky. A few power outages and minor tree damage are likely due to the ice. Travel could be hazardous. The hazardous conditions could impact the morning or evening commute. Most of the ice and sleet accumulation should be tonight into early Thursday morning. For the rest of the day Thursday, temperatures should rise above freezing and transition the precipitation over to all rain, except for those areas from the Ozark foothills into southwest Illinois. If you must travel, keep an extra flashlight, food, and water in your vehicle in case of an emergency. A winter weather advisory in effect from 4 p.m. this afternoon to 6 p.m. Thursday east of Interstate 57. Mixed precipitation is expected with total sleet accumulations of up to 1/2 inch and ice accumulations from 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch likely. Plan on slippery road conditions. The hazardous conditions could impact the morning or evening commute. Most of the ice and sleet accumulation should be tonight into early Thursday morning. For the rest of the day Thursday, temperatures should rise above freezing and transition the precipitation over to all rain. Slow down and use caution while traveling. The current time is 7:10 p.m. Central Standard Time. A winter storm warning remains in effect until 6 p.m. Thursday along and west of Interstates 57 and 24 in southern Illinois into West Kentucky. Moderate to at times heavy mixed precipitation is expected. Ice accumulations from 0.2 to near 1/2 of an inch are likely. Sleet accumulations of up to 1/2 inch are expected in portions of southeast Missouri and southern Illinois, with minor sleet accumulations across West Kentucky. A few power outages and minor tree damage are likely due to the ice. Travel could be hazardous. The hazardous conditions could impact the morning or evening commute. Most of the ice and sleet accumulation should be tonight into early Thursday morning. For the rest of the day Thursday, temperature should rise above freezing and transition the precipitation over to all rain, except for those areas from the Ozark foothills into southwest Illinois. If you must travel, keep an extra flashlight, food, and water in your vehicle in case of an emergency. A winter weather advisory in effect from 4 p.m. this afternoon to 6 p.m. Thursday east of Interstate 57. Mixed precipitation is expected with total sleet accumulations of up to 1/2 inch and ice accumulations from 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch likely. Plan on slippery road conditions. The hazardous conditions could impact the morning or evening commute. Most of the ice and sleet accumulation should be tonight into early Thursday morning. For the rest of the day Thursday, temperature should rise above freezing and transition the precipitation over to all rain. Slow down and use caution while traveling. The flood warning continues for the Ohio River at Golconda from Thursday morning until further notice. At 10 a.m. Wednesday, the stage was 39.2 feet. The river is expected to rise above flood stage late tomorrow morning and continue rising to 43.1 feet Thursday, March 3rd. Additional rises are possible thereafter. The flood warning continues for the Ohio River at Shawneetown until further notice. At 10:30 a.m. Wednesday, the stage was 37.9 feet. The river is expected to rise to a crest of 45.0 feet Friday, March 4th. Here are the 7 p.m. observations for the southern Illinois area. At Marion, freezing rain was falling. It was 25 degrees. Dew point was 21. The relative humidity 86%. Wind was northeast at 8 miles an hour. That's a wind chill of 16. The pressure was 30.38 inches and steady. At Carbondale, mixed precipitation was falling. It was 24 degrees. Dew point was 20. The relative humidity 84%. Wind was northeast at 8 miles an hour. That's a wind chill of 15. At Harrisburg, snow flurries were observed. It was 25 degrees. Dew point was 19. The relative humidity 77%. Wind was northeast at 13 miles an hour. That's a wind chill of 14. And now, some additional observations. At Metropolis, light snow was falling. It was 28 degrees. The wind was northeast at 3 miles an hour. At Mount Vernon, Illinois, mixed precipitation was falling. It was 23 degrees. The wind was northeast at 10 miles an hour. At Cape Girardeau, mixed precipitation was falling. Temperature was 26 degrees. The wind was north at 9 miles an hour. At Evansville, Indiana, light freezing rain was falling. Temperature was 27 degrees. The wind was northeast at 12 miles an hour. Elsewhere around the region, at Rolla, Missouri, snow was falling with a temperature of 16. At Nashville, rain was falling with a temperature of 34. It was cloudy with a temperature of 26 at Terre Haute, 22 at Decatur, Illinois, 21 at St. Louis, 29 at Jonesboro, Arkansas, and 31 at Louisville. The current time is 7:14 p.m. Central Standard Time. A winter storm warning remains in effect until 6 p.m. Thursday along and west of Interstates 57 and 24 in southern Illinois into West Kentucky. Moderate to at times heavy mixed precipitation is expected. Ice accumulations from 2/10 to near 1/2 of an inch are likely.
Alrighty guys, what is going on? I hope y'all are having a great day so far. I hope you guys are staying safe. Sorry about the little bit of a wait here. But I hope everyone's having a wonderful day today. What's up, JP? What's up, Joshua? What's up, Hurricane? What's up, Pilot? Welcome all you guys. I hope y'all are having a great night tonight. Hope you guys are staying safe as well. We are currently looking at a pretty decent ice storm that's actually getting ready to come on here. So but we're going to go ahead and get right on into the stream, you guys. So obviously, welcome. Hope everyone's having a wonderful night tonight. So we have a bit to talk about here. We are seeing the possibility of a decent amount of ice. I even see potentially up to 0.75 inches of ice being possible. We'll get to that here right now. So we're going to go ahead and switch right on over, guys, to our GR level 2 sector here. This is our radar view we are currently looking at. We're taking a look here at the radar view here in Louisville, Kentucky. And as you can see right across this kind of golden yellow shaded color, this is all sleet falling across southern portion here of Indiana, southern Illinois, as well as bits of western Kentucky. We are currently seeing this just now, kind of starting to kick off here. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and switch down to KPAH. This is basically in Western time. Joshua says in Eastern time. Yeah, Eastern time is below us. Yeah, so it does look like a lot of that sleet is currently kicking off here across bits of southern Illinois as well. Now the areas you start to kind of see this red area, this is kind of more freezing rain. Like I said, guys, I hope y'all are having a wonderful night tonight. Hope you guys are staying safe here. So we're going to go ahead and look at the models here in 1 second, because like I said, things are really starting to kind of kick off here. We're just now really starting to see a lot of craziness that is going on here. Hurricane says, it's okay, you're one of the best weathermen I've ever seen. You handle storms really well. And the tone is not too serious, not too passive. I love it. Thank you so much, Hurricane. Greatly appreciate it. But like I said, guys, we are currently monitoring this, and this will eventually continue to track its way up here to the northeast. We are currently seeing a lot of freezing rain out of this, as well as a lot of sleet, which will ultimately lead to a lot of ice accumulations. Like I said, we'll get to that more here in one moment. I do want to go over a few things with you guys today. We were not able to make a video for today, which is why we are going live, because I wanted to kind of give this more one-on-one time, like I've said. If you guys have any questions about this, I want to be here for you all, versus rather than just doing a video and, just doing a video and not being able to chat with you guys one-on-one, giving you all the latest updates. But like I said, y'all, I hope y'all are having a great night tonight. So we're going to go ahead and start off, guys. Like I said, we are currently dealing with a bit of frozen precipitation currently kicking off. And like I said, this will eventually track its way up here to the northeast as we continue down the line. So we're going to go ahead and switch on over to the models, because like I said, we have a bit we need to talk about here. I'll even go over to a little bit of a closer view. So first up, we're going to take a look at the GFS model. This is your latest run. This is the 18Z run. So this is literally is the latest model we have. Joshua says, that is going to hit me tomorrow. I'm in the northeast. Well, stay safe, Joshua. Yeah, I'm supposed to, here in Northern Virginia, there has been some support of maybe me getting some ice. But, there's really not much, there's really not much support of that, though. We'll just have to see what happens with this. So like I said, we are currently taking a look here at the models. We have a decent amount of high pressure here. I'm going to place it across to the northern plains here in the northern Midwest. I'm going to go ahead and open up my pen application here so I can actually draw on my screen. Hurricane says, I need to go to bed within 10 minutes, so I will let you all know when I need to go to sleep. Okay, Hurricane. Sounds good, man. Like I said, we are looking at here at the GFS model. So we already starting to see a lot of that frozen precipitation, a lot of that ice, some snow on the northern end, but, it's mostly just ice for the most part. It's just now tracking its way up here. I'll tell you something I need to do. I really need to remove this text here. That's kind of wrong. There we go. I'm just going to remove that from now, because that's a little bit outdated here. I've not been able to reset that for y'all. It's something I need to really do here. But we're watching this bit of moisture. We're watching this bit of ice that is tracking its way here. And, we're going to start to see a lot more heavier ice impacts. This is basically kind of in two rounds here. The first round is currently kicking off across bits of the Ohio Valley. According to this, it kind of fizzles out a little bit. Then we get a little bit more moisture coming up here from the Gulf of Mexico. It does look like drawing up some more moisture. Overall, maybe heavier snow across bits of the Midwest into bits of bits of the western Ohio Valley here. Still continuing to dry some ice here. So it's relatively warm around the mid-levels of the atmosphere, but you got to think that the surface is still below freezing, which is still at that freezing point, which is allowing for any rain that does fall to transition into ice. If it falls, like I said, freezing rain, it falls, it looks just like normal rain, but the only thing is that your temperature is below freezing, or at that freezing point, which essentially does allow for ice to quickly become a concern. And you guys should not be traveling out in this, because like I said, we are expecting a lot of heavy ice impacts to occur here. And there could be multiple impacts, such as power outages. There could be, a lot of those impacts there. As well as, honestly, bad road conditions being obviously a concern here. A lot of tree damage being likely. You know, once you start getting all that ice, it starts accumulating, starts pulling down on those branches, which can ultimately lead to them snapping, as well as maybe even dragging down some trees, which is obviously not good. Obviously, that's not what you want to see. But unfortunately, that is a concern here over the next few days. Like I said, the worst impacts is going to occur here across the Ohio Valley tonight into tomorrow morning. This will continue to track its way up here to the northeast as we track down time. We'll look at the accumulations here in 1 second for you guys. Hurricane says, I think we'll be fine here in New York. We have dealt with a lot worse. You know, honestly, regardless if you've dealt with a lot worse, there is still going to be some impacts, unfortunately. That is what we are looking at here. So, like I said, this is for basically tomorrow. So we're tracking 24th here into the 25th here. We're starting to see a lot of that ice stretch its way east here across the eastern Ohio Valley into bits of the Mid-Atlantic. That's kind of what I was saying here. Across the local region here in northern Virginia, there is a small bit of support of maybe some ice falling across bits of the northern portion of the state. But, you know, it is kind of a bit sketchy here. There is still a little bit of stuff that needs to be ironed out. But regardless, you know, this model is showing a lot of heavy snow across the northeast. That has been the trend here for a while now. We're seeing a lot of heavy snow that could potentially fall across the northeast, delivering a lot of snow impacts here. A lot of ice for bits of the northeast as well into the Ohio Valley. I think the Midwest and the Ohio Valley is going to see the worst in regard to ice accumulations. And obviously, as we track up more northeast, that's where things will obviously get a little bit more worse. So, I'm sure you guys are wanting to know accumulations. We're going to look at the models here right now. In regard to accumulations at the moment. We'll also take a look at the National Weather Service forecast. So, like I said before, you guys, you really can't just trust one model individually. First off, we're taking a look at the snowfall. Because, like I said, across the northeast, we are expecting a lot of potential heavy impacts here. But as we track down here in time, here's what happens. We obviously get a bit of snowfall that just start falling across bits of the Midwest here. Into the Ohio Valley, bits to the northeast. Now, these areas here, you kind of are seeing this pink. This is where we are expecting 6 to 10 inches of snow. But like I said, you really can't just trust one model individually, so that's why we're going to take a look here at the other models as well as the National Weather Service forecast in regard to your official things here. But for the people who are just now joining us, welcome. Hope you all are having a great day so far. And then we do have a small little sliver here, across bits of eastern portion of Massachusetts. We do have a bit of kind of region here where it is kind of creeping near that red mark, which is kind of showing that we might actually see maybe some of that accumulation reach over a foot being possible here. That is a possibility, according to this model. But like I said, you really can't just trust one model individually here. So we are overall expecting maybe 3 to 5 inches across bits of central Illinois, bits of central Indiana, bits of northern portion of Ohio, and through bits of northern Pennsylvania. Kind of where we are seeing the heaviest accumulations, according to this, in regard to snow. Now, let's move on to the ice accumulations. Like I said, we are expecting to see a lot of heavy ice out of this as well. We're expecting to see a lot of heavy ice out of this as well. So this is in regard to freezing rain. Look at this. Ice impacts is going to be, honestly, quite catastrophic here. So this model in particular shows across bits of western Tennessee the ice getting up some instances over an inch. An inch of ice is seriously not something you want to take lightly. But like I said, this is one model. You know, models are kind of a bit sketchy right now. Like I said, you really can't just trust one individual here. But this has a lot of that ice driving its way up here to bits of Pennsylvania as well. I mean, we're seeing the possibility of well over half inch, maybe up to 0.75 inches. Like I said, we'll take a look at the official forecast here in 1 second, but I just kind of want to touch on the models and just see what kind of ground we're talking about right now in regard to things. But overall, we are expecting pretty widespread ice impacts to occur, literally all the way across the southern plains and through bits of the Midwest, the Ohio Valley, as well as bits of the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic. These are the areas here we are expecting to see a lot of these impacts. So, see, Lewis says, hi, NWW. Power's been out since 7 o'clock p.m. Main check outage is severe. Ooh, that's not good. Hope you're staying safe, though. We'll take a look at the power outages here in a moment as well. We'll look at that. But like I said, with this, we are expecting a lot of heavy ice impacts and a lot of snow impacts. A lot of snow across the Northeast, a lot of ice across the Southern Plains, Midwest, into the Ohio Valley, and maybe even bits of the Mid-Atlantic region. Maryland even getting a lot of ice, apparently. Let's go and see here. Pilot says, is Nashville going to get snow? Just wondering. That is a good question. That is definitely a good question here, and I don't believe so. You know, honestly, Nashville's kind of right here. You're mostly going to stay above freezing. That line is just north of you. So that is what we are seeing here. That line is mostly just north of you. But we can check. We can check here in terms of models. Because Nashville's kind of right here across north central Tennessee. You know, like I said, yeah, most of the snowfall is just well north of you. Even Kentucky, not really expected to see much snowfall out of this. But a lot of our heavy snowfall is across the northeast. Like I said, the pink areas here, we are seeing a possibility of 6 to 10 inches, maybe up to a foot across to eastern Massachusetts here. That is being a concern. We will see what happens here. So now we're going to move on to another model. So like I said before, you really can't just trust one model individually here. So that's where we're going to take a look here at the European model now. That is what we are seeing here. Pilot says, thanks for letting me know. Pilot says, how are you? I'm doing good, Pilot. Hope you're doing good as well. Yeah, but that is what we are seeing here. Pilot says, Andrew. What's up, Pilot? But like I said, we're going to go ahead and move on here to the European models. Because obviously, you know, the European models and, you know, obviously the model differences, there is a bit of differences between these models. So this one shows a significantly less amount of snow across the Ohio Valley, which is hinting that we still are seeing a bit of differences between these models here. However, there is still that support of a lot of heavy snowfall across the northeast. Some of those areas here potentially getting up to a foot being possible. This does also include Massachusetts, as well as southern portions of New York, being a possibility. So there is some models, there is some trends between these models that is supporting the possibility that we actually could see that occur here across to the northeast. As well as we are seeing a lot of, you know, potential heavy snowfall across bits of the, you know, the Ohio Valley here. Across the Central Plains here into the Ohio Valley, as well as bits of the Midwest here. Let's go and see here. I'm going to guess right after this it's going to be high temperatures and ice flood, slow melt flood, but up here will be good. We'll see, you know, because a lot of the East has already been dealing with a lot of heavy, you know, rain. I mean, even just this last event that just happened here yesterday and the day before. That did drive a lot of rain here across bits of the Tennessee Valley especially. We did get a lot of heavy rain here. Joshua says, oh God, the Euro shows more snow for me. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, between both of your GFS and your European model, there is a bit of differences. You know, that is still showing that there is a bit of uncertainty here. Like I said, models aren't perfect. They never will be. At least not anytime soon. But, you know, that's why we're going to take a look here at the forecast models. Like, that's why we're taking a look here at the, basically the trends between these models to see what is agreeing, what is in that agreement state. And what we are seeing is that agreement is right here across the northeast and seeing potentially 6 to 10 inches here. So I'll tell you what we're going to do now. We're going to take a look here, guys, at the official forecast. We're going to look here at what we are expecting here. Now, this is the official forecast by the National Weather Service. So this is what we are expecting in regard to ice and snow. So in regard to snowfall, this is over the next 48 hours here. You know, we are seeing that potential here. So like I said, across the you know, kind of pink shade area here, this is where we are seeing the possibility of 6 to 10 inches. Locally higher amounts can be possible here. In this smaller area here inside, kind of this, you know, kind of this maroon, almost red shaded color here. This is where we are seeing the possibility of up to a foot. So both your European and your GFS model did support maybe up to a foot across with Massachusetts. This does extend into basically eastern portion of New York and southern portion here of Vermont. So that is what we are seeing here in regard to your forecast. Now, it does show a decent amount of snowfall, kind of more, you know, 3 to 5, kind of across this region here, across bits of the Midwest into the Ohio Valley here. Basically pretty much like that dark blue region where we are kind of seeing potentially up to 5 inches being possible. Locally higher amounts can still occur here. Regardless, we are expecting a decent amount of snowfall out of this little system here, and a lot of it is expected to impact the northeast. We are expecting a lot of that heavy snowfall to occur here across the northeast. Now, like I said, not only is snow going to be a concern, but ice is as well, and we're going to talk about that here right now. So, here's where things kind of get crazy. So this is over the next 24 hours. Note, this does not include the Northeast. So this is out of the time zone. This is yet to come. Just because you don't see any ice accumulations over here does not mean that there won't be. This is basically because, this is only tracking out a day. And this will continue into over a day here. So this will track its way up here to the Northeast. But as of now, we're looking in store for some pretty decent ice accumulations here. I mean, look at this. We're seeing across the southern plains here, maybe up to, according to this, maybe up to 0.2, maybe 2/10 of an inch being possible across the region. Yeah, that's where we are currently seeing, possibly up to 2/10 of an inch. Now, kind of once we start to reach this side here across northeastern Arkansas into southern portions of Missouri and western Kentucky, this is kind of where we are seeing the grounds of possibility seeing maybe up to 0.4 or 4/10 of an inch or higher. But like I said, this is not the overall forecast here. This is for just for these areas here. But like I said, all this ice will track its way up here to the northeast, allowing for additional accumulations to occur across what's in the northeast. Like I said, accumulations could honestly get pretty high here as well. Definitely something we need to watch. Seriously something we need to watch here over the next few days here. Because this will deliver a decent amount of snowfall. And as we're already seeing above my head, we're already starting to see a lot of this ice take place here. Pretty much across the Midwest and the Ohio Valley. We are currently seeing this. Like I said, across the kind of gold-yellow, kind of across the gold-yellow, we are seeing, more sleet here. Freezing rain across the red. Let's go and see. Joshua says, with New Hampshire, what should we expect? So in terms of ice, the official forecast is not out here. But in terms of snow, 6 to 10 inches is kind of what we are expecting. Dragon Z, what's up? Welcome to the live stream. I hope you're doing good. I hope everyone's having a wonderful night tonight. Hope you guys are staying safe. And if you have any questions, guys, I'm here for y'all. We're just going over the snowfall forecast as well as the ice. Because like I said, we are expecting a decent amount of accumulation to kick off here. And honestly, it could get pretty bad in both the snow world and in the ice world, unfortunately. That is a concern. So we'll just see how this plays out. We'll see how this goes. Because like I said, we're going to move back to the radar view here. This is what's currently going on here at the moment. We are currently seeing some of that sleet, some of that freezing rain track its way across bits of the Midwest into the Ohio Valley here, western Kentucky, seeing some sleet and freezing rain here. Some of western Tennessee, it looks like it's seeing maybe a little bit of ice as well. Into southern Illinois and southern Indiana, we are seeing that go on here. Definitely going to start allowing for that accumulation to start kind of kicking off here. And obviously, like I said, this is going to continue tracking to the northeast. And we have a lot more plentiful impacts to come here over the next little bit. So yeah, that is what we are seeing. We are expecting a lot of heavy impacts to kick off here. I live in northern Illinois. I was hoping for a decent snowfall. But that's not the case with locally 2 to 4 inches, lol. Yeah, we've seen on the models here, as well as the forecast. Northern Illinois here, we kind of are expecting maybe 3 to 5 inches. For the most of the state of Illinois here, basically the upper two-thirds of the state here, we're looking for the possibility of over 3 to 5 inches here of snow. Like I said, this is your official forecast. Our solution to all the severe snow and ice is just stay inside altogether, watch weather for fun. There you go. That's what you got to do. Just don't go out. That's the thing. Get what you got to get done here first. Get everything you need to done, or get everything you need to get done here first. I'm going to remove this this text here. This is a bit old. I forgot to update this. So sorry about that, guys. Yeah, that's a little bit outdated here. But right now, guys, like I said, if y'all are just now joining us, welcome. Hope y'all are having a great day so far. Hope you guys are staying safe here. We have a lot of impacts on the way here. Seriously, we have a lot of things going on. And a lot of things expected to kind of roll on down here down the line. So, like I said, we're going to go ahead and look at the power outages. That is something I wanted to look at. We're just now starting to see those impacts come in here. Yeah, Maine's getting hit a lot. Maine's kind of getting hit the worst right now because they got a lot of ice yesterday. Maine did get a lot of ice yesterday. And now it's time for the Midwest. in the Ohio Valley, bits in the northeast as well. To see some of that snow, that snow and some of that ice. So we're going to switch on over, guys. This is the current outage map. Now you can see, obviously, Maine is highlighted. It's the only state that's highlighted, but I do expect this to change here. I do expect this to change here. Across Maine here, obviously we are seeing a lot of heavy impacts in Franklin County especially. We're talking 23,000 people here without, 6,000 people here without power. Across bits of Somerset, we're talking 3,000 people, almost rounding up near 4,000 here. Just over 1,500 here across bits of whatever the name of that county is. I can't pronounce that because that's a little bit weird. Waldo here, talking over 1,000 people. Over 1,000 for Oxford as well. We are talking a lot of potential impacts here. We have the overall state here without 18,000 people, almost 19,000 people without power here at the moment. And across a lot of the nation here, it is relatively clear for the most part. Not much outages, but like I said, across these areas here, definitely expect that to change. Because like I said, we are expecting to see that. Joshua donated $5. Thank you so much, Joshua. You didn't have to do that. Greatly appreciated. Thanks for the warnings about the severe snow. You're very, very welcome. I got you. Once again, Joshua, seriously, you didn't have to do that. It's greatly appreciated. But yeah, like I said, we really don't have too many outages going on here. Across bits of the Ohio Valley, at the moment, because like I said, this is expected to change here down the line. But right now we are currently seeing a lot of our heavy ice, related outages here currently across bits of Maine. But once again, Joshua, thank you so much. That was greatly appreciated. You rock, man. Thank you so much. So guys, we're going to go ahead and move right on back here to the U.S. radar. This is the national radar view. This is what we are looking at here at the moment. And we are seeing a decent amount of ice that is currently falling here. We have some of that ice kind of in cross to Arkansas, according to this. A lot of that moisture starting to kind of drive its way up. And like I said, this is only expected to get pretty worse here down the line. This is expected to get, much worse here down the line as we start to kind of track our way further into the Ohio Valley. And like I said, eventually, even areas of Pennsylvania, you should definitely monitor this because we are expecting a decent amount of ice to occur here. So we're gonna watch this. Definitely gonna watch this here over the next little bit. It does look like maybe a little bit of snow is falling across bits of Indiana as well, into bits of Ohio. Joshua said you're welcome. Once again, Joshua, greatly appreciated. You didn't have to do that, dude. But like I said, guys, I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope you guys stay safe with this, because like I said, we are expecting a decent amount of impacts to kick off here. Unfortunately, but we'll keep you guys covered during this. Like I said, I'm not gonna be live all night again because we did a live stream just 2 days ago, literally from 8 o'clock p.m. To 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock a.m. That was a really long stream. Absolutely kind of crazy. But we're not going to do that again. Like I said, I just wanted to give you guys an update here. I have my windows open, so that's why if you hear car noise in the background. Like I said, we're not going to be live for too much longer. I just wanted to give you guys an update. That's kind of what this stream was about. Tomorrow we might go live. We might go live tomorrow. For this event for a little bit longer of a period of time here. We're gonna watch this and see how this plays out. But like I said, guys, we're gonna go ahead and go right on back over to the accumulation factor here. We're gonna go ahead and take a look at what is expected to go on here. So we're gonna go ahead and switch right on back to the screen view. So this is the overall National Weather Service forecast here across the nation. This is what we are expecting to see here. And like I said, across this blue shaded color here, we are expecting the light blue, kind of 1 to 3 inches, is kind of expected. This does include bits of the Central Plains and through bits of the Midwest here. This is what we are seeing, the possibility of, maybe 1 to 3 inches, locally higher amounts, definitely being possible here. But the heaviest impact starts to kind of kick in here across bits of the Midwest into the Ohio Valley. These are the kind of areas where we start to see 3 to 5, but the heaviest accumulation we are expecting to occur here is right on across the Northeast. And like I said, these areas here, once you start to kind of reach this pink, this is kind of more 6 to 10 inches. This is where we are starting to see 6 to 10 inches of snow being a possibility here. So overall, we're going to go ahead and remove this text here. Like I said, this is outdated for you guys. Let's go and see here. Dragon says, what radar programs do I use? I use WSV3, good radar app for me, to be honest. You know, I would like to get WSV3 eventually. The one above me, this is GR2. I believe this is like the most expensive radar program you can get. I think it was like $250 whenever I bought it. It was not cheap. But yeah, you know, it does the job. You know, this is the one I use, and then of course we have this one right here, the one with the National Radar View. This is my radar. This one I got the ad-free version though. This is a free radar program. The one right here I'm zooming in and out at. It's called My Radar, but you know, the free version does have ads, but I bought the ad-free version just so that you don't want annoying ads popping up while I'm live streaming these events. You know, be kind of annoying, not gonna lie. But like I said, back here over to the forecast, guys. This is your official National Weather Service forecast here. And like I said, you know, across the pink shaded areas here, we are seeing 6 to 10 inches of snow. You know, decent amount of snowfall. Definitely not the most that they've seen here. But, you know, it's a decent little system. And like I said, once we kind of reach these kind of these maroon red shaded colors, this is kind of where we are expecting potentially up to a foot of snow being possible. But that, you know, that is a decent amount of snow, honestly. You know, like I said, the possibility of maybe even up to yeah, Joshua says GR2 is $250. Yeah, it is. It's pretty expensive. But like I said, you know, the areas here that the National Weather Service forecast does have here across the eastern portion of New York into southern Vermont here, as well as bits of Massachusetts. Like I said, across these red areas here, this is showing the possibility that we actually could see maybe up to a foot of snowfall. So overall, snow is expected to be, you know, pretty heavy here. You know, especially across the northeast. Northeast quadrant is where we are expecting to see a lot of that heavy snowfall here. Now we're going to go ahead and move right on back, guys, to the ice forecast. Now this is over the next day. This does not cover this whole entire storm yet. We'll see what goes on here. But like I said, we are expecting that additional ice impacts to kind of occur across bits roughly around these regions here, the Ohio Valley into the northeast. But like I said, this is just covering the next day. This is just covering a day here. And we are overall expecting a decent amount of ice to occur here. Courtney says, yo, what's up, Courtney? Welcome to the live stream. Glad to see you here. You know, but like I said, we are seeing a lot of that ice being potentially here across bits of the central plains, basically central portion here of Texas, tracking up here into bits of the central portion here of the plains, into bits of the Midwest. And we are expecting a decent amount of ice to occur out of this. We are expecting the possibility of maybe up to 0.2 of an inch here across this, you know, kind of pinkish, almost orange shaded color here. Potentially up to 0.2 of an inch, which is definitely enough ice impacts to occur. Dragon sees, what model are you looking at, GFS or the Euro? This is not a model. This is the official National Weather Service forecast here. We'll look at the models here in a moment, guys. We'll look at that back here in a minute. But this is your official forecast. This is what you can expect here for now. Because this takes a lot of, you know, meteorologists' opinions here. Puts them all into here, basically, you know, between models and observations and stuff. Come out with a forecast. So, like I said, this is going to impact a lot of the southern and central plains here into the Midwest, even bits of the Ohio Valley here. And like I said, this only covers the next day. Like I said, this ice will continue to track its way up here to the northeast. Matt says, I'm here. What's up, Matt? Welcome to the live stream. I'm glad to see you here. Hope you're doing good, Matt. But like I said, this will continue to track its way up here to the northeast. We are going to see a lot of potential heavy impacts here. So we're just definitely something we have to continue watching here. Matt says, just wondering what is expected here in eastern Oklahoma. I missed it. So Matt, obviously you can see right here, eastern Oklahoma. This is your ice threat. This is your current ice threat here. Latest forecast issued by Dragon Z says, oh, okay, so this is legit. Yeah, this is your latest forecast here. So across eastern Oklahoma, we are seeing the possibility of maybe up to 0.2 of an inch of ice being possible here. You know, right now, if we take a look at the radar view, we'll go ahead and go over towards Oklahoma. Oh, we already have, what is this? 2.5 inches of sleet being reported. Nah, that can't be just pure sleet. That has to be, yeah, that has to be a mixture here of snow and sleet. There's no way that's 2.5 inch sleet. That can't be right. We're not even expecting that during the whole storm. That would be catastrophic, though, if that actually did play out. That would be absolutely crazy here. So you can see, we're going to look at the radar view. Crossbits to Oklahoma right now, we're not really doing with much. Mostly clear for the most part. Maybe some ice and snow showers going on here. At the moment, this is currently what we are seeing. Hurricane says WSB3 is $25 per month and $240 per year. WSB3 is actually kind of a expensive program. Like I said, I do eventually want to replace this one up here with that. That is the plan here for down the line. Definitely what I am planning to do. But like I said, moving back on over here, like I said, crossbits to eastern Oklahoma, we could potentially see maybe up to 2/10 of an inch, maybe locally higher amounts up to 3/10 of an inch being possible here. Definitely a possibility. We'll see how this works. We'll see how this plays out here. But in terms of snow here, honestly, that snow threat is it's kind of expected much more north here. You might still get a little bit of snow. Yeah, maybe up to a trace. Maybe up to a trace to an inch being possible across eastern Oklahoma. So your main concern, Matt, across eastern Oklahoma does seem to be that ice threat. Like I said, potentially up to 2/10 of an inch, maybe locally higher amounts up to 3/10 of an inch being possible here. And maybe up to a trace to an inch of snow. Let's go see. Dragon says, for my opinion, I looked at the models. I love the GFS. Sometimes, however, the Euros be more accurate sometimes. Like, there's somewhat always a big difference between those two. Yeah, definitely between your GFS and your European model. Obviously, those are the two main models when it comes to snowfall. And, it's kind of a battle between the two. Kind of a battle between the two. Matt says I already have a ½ inch of sleet already. That is crazy. That's a lot of sleet. Is that a mixture of snow and sleet, or is that literally just sleet? If that's just sleet, that is crazy. That's definitely enough to really mess up everything, cause a lot of power outages here. Luckily, we're not really seeing too many power outages across bits of the region here yet. But I do expect that to change. I definitely do expect that to change here as we continue down the line. And like I said, across the northeast, we already have Maine that is already without power here. A lot of Maine that's already without power. Here's your power outage map here. Yeah, Maine up here is, we're already tracking almost 19,000 people without power here across Maine. The worst county here that's being affected is Franklin County with about near 6,500 people here. Let's go and see. Matt says almost all sleet here. Okay. That's a lot of sleet. That's definitely enough to cause a lot of impacts here. Hurricane and tornado coverage says, I got to go. I have to go to the bathroom. See you tomorrow in WW. Yeah, see you later. Like I said, guys, we will be going live tomorrow as well. Not sure what time, but we'll probably be going live early. We'll see what happens here. So if you guys do want to stay up with the latest coverage in regard to things, do me a favor, guys. Hit the subscribe button. That'd be greatly appreciated. You guys are the best. We're almost here at 520 subs. I mean, we literally just broke 500, yesterday? You guys are, I really do appreciate your support. Honestly, it does mean a lot to me, guys. So thank you so much, guys. I really do appreciate your support, and I'm glad to see you all here tonight. Main goal here is just to make sure that you guys are informed and make sure that you guys are staying safe here and know what to expect, because obviously that is my number one concern here, is to give you guys all the latest coverage, because obviously that is a big concern here. Because like I said, we are seeing essentially, a lot of potential snow and ice impacts here, unfortunately. And guys, like I said before, if you have any questions, feel free to throw them down in the chat below. I usually get to your guys' questions if you have any. Because like I said, knowledge is obviously the biggest concerns here. Matt says, how many tornadoes yesterday? That is a good question. And we can actually look at that here. We'll look at the Storm Prediction Center here. So yesterday we had one tornado report, but for the 21st we did have another. So we only had 2 tornado reports actually yesterday. That lower level jet we did see was a bit weaker than forecast models did project, which is obviously a good thing. I mean, it's better than having more tornadoes. Seriously. What's up, Blaze? Let's go see here. Blaze says, I just got here. I don't know how much snow, or how much, but how much snow will Albany get here? So Albany, New York. Well, we can look at the forecast. We'll look at that here more in 1 second. We'll go back over that here. Dragon Z says keep grinding, keep info flowing. I wouldn't be surprised if you hit 1K like before August or something. Keep it up. You're so underrated. Dragon Z, thank you so much. That seriously means a lot. Thank you so much. You guys are the best. Just always know that, and just know that I'll be here for you guys all the time here. I'll always be here during these crazy weather situations, whether it be snow, sleet, thunderstorms, or even hurricanes. We'll be here for y'all. We cover all the types of weather. Any crazy weather event that's going on across the nation, we got you guys covered here. And as always, I do try my absolute hardest to get to every single one of y'all's questions here. Because like I said, obviously that is the most important thing here, is to make sure that you guys are safe. And that you guys know that. So, Blaze says, how much will Albany, New York get? So, yeah, we'll go ahead and look at that here right now. So, this is the official forecast here. A lot of New York is expected to get 6 to 10 inches, according to this. This is your official forecast by the National Weather Service. I know there's a white border down here. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I don't know how to get rid of that. But regardless, we are expecting a decent amount of snow here, actually. Look at this. We are seeing, kind of across this light blue area here, we are expecting maybe 1 to 3 inches. I could honestly make this a little bigger here. 1 to 3 inches with locally higher amounts kind of being possible, kind of around these areas here. Kind of right there in those light blue shaded colors, maybe 1 to 3 inches here. And now as we move in here into the dark blue, this is kind of where things start to get a little bit more crazy. This is kind of where we are expecting maybe the possibility of 3 to 5 inches. That is a decent amount of snow. That is seriously a decent amount of snow. Matt says I need a sidekick like Gizmo. The Reed Timmer stuff. Gizmo's getting old. It's sad. Gizmo's been around for a while. I do have my dog. Maybe for one of these streams I can bring my dog in the stream. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how that works out. But like I said, across these regions here, we are expecting 3 to 5 inches. But the heaviest accumulation, this does include you, Blaze. The areas here of New York, majority here of New York is expecting to see, mostly here, maybe up to 6 to 10 inches. Kind of we are expecting, some locally amounts higher is possible here. Across to the east central New York. East central New York, we are actually seeing the possibility of maybe up to a foot of snow. Same thing for southern portion here of Vermont and basically bits of Massachusetts as well. Blaze says, how often do I stream? I usually stream during any major event, kind of similar to this. Severe weather outbreaks, winter weather outbreaks, hurricanes. We also usually do live streams here on Wednesdays. We usually do we call them Weather Wednesday live streams. Sometimes we do them on Sundays. But usually during these big events is we usually do most of our live streams here. And like I said, we are expecting a lot of ice out of this. That's why we're live here right now. We're gonna be live here for a little bit longer, I think. Matt says I nominate my cat. What for the sidekick here? We should have a sidekick. I'll see about bringing my dog here in one of my future live streams. We'll see how that works out. Obviously, he won't be able to fit in my lap. He's a bigger dog. But he can probably sit on the bed behind me. He can chill out with us. So, guys, we just now reached 519 subscribers. Thank you, whoever just subscribed. Really appreciate it. You rock. All of you guys rock, though. And once again, thank you guys so much. We're literally almost here at 520 subs. Can you believe that? You guys are seriously the best. I do appreciate all your support here. So, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and move right on in here to the ice accumulation. We just now reached 520. Thank you guys so much. You all are the best. Let's go and see. Spike, what's up? How much will Wisconsin get? That is a good question here. So, we're going to look here at Wisconsin. Like I said, Wisconsin is expected to maybe get a little bit of snowfall. Maybe 3 to 5 inches kind of expected across the majority here of the state here. We'll even zoom in a little bit. Make it a little bit easier for you guys to see. Like I said, I'm sorry about the border here. I don't know how to get rid of that. That's just kind of here on the website. But across bits of Wisconsin, a lot of Wisconsin is kind of expected to see maybe 3 to 5 inches. locally higher amounts being possible. The northern part of the state is kind of a little bit here under the weather in terms of less snowfall, which is obviously some good news. You don't want to see heavy snowfall. I mean, some people obviously like snow and would like to see snowfall, but there's others, a handful of people who do not as well. Depends on the way you look at it. Not much snow across the northern portion of the state, but across the bottom two-thirds, across the central and southern portion of Wisconsin, we're kind of talking maybe 3 to 5 inches, locally higher amounts being possible. So that's to answer your question, Spike. Like I said, guys, if you have any questions, I'm going to be here for y'all. But let's just say, guys, thank you guys so much for your support. You guys are seriously the best. I really do appreciate it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move right on back, guys, to our ice forecast. Like I said, we are expecting a decent amount of ice out of this as well. Not only is snow going to be a concern, but ice is as well, and it could honestly get pretty impactful here. Spike says, thanks. It will start tomorrow night. So we are expecting a lot of impacts here. We're already starting to see this kick off here. I'll tell you what we can do. We can look at the future radar view in terms of your NAM 3-kilometer model. This will give you a good idea on timing, guys. I don't have a tab here for that. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. Let me actually zoom up. So time is right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. The screen for me streaming is kind of a bit small here. Dragon says, how is Youngstown, Ohio looking by the system? They're getting into some action. Dragon, I'll get to that more here in 1 second, but right now we're looking at the timing in regard to the system. So obviously right now we are seeing a bit of ice that is currently falling here across bits of the Midwest, as well as bits of the Ohio Valley. Now, like I said, we are seeing, here's the time here. This is for 8 o'clock p.m. Obviously, it's past that now. We're kind of pushing near 9 o'clock. This is in Eastern time, just to let you guys know. But if we track down to here in time, obviously we have about 2 waves here. I should honestly go back to the previous model here. The newest one's just now coming out here. Right now we are seeing a bit of ice. This will kind of fade out according to this, but the heavier event is getting ready to kick off. It's going to get a little bit more worse here. So as we track down in here for tomorrow, this is for the 24th, right around noon. Matt says they used to call sleet grapple. Grapple is actually a different type of precipitation. There is a lot of different types of wintry precipitation. A lot of people actually don't know that. There is a lot of different types. Grapple is kind of hard to explain. It's kind of like a snowy sleet mixture. It falls like sleet, it hits like sleet, but you can crush it and it's like powdery like snow. There is a lot of different types of wintry precipitation types out there. But like I said, this is what we are expecting in terms of timing here for your future radar. Like I said, this is for 12 o'clock p.m. You can see the time up here where it's highlighted right there. 12 o'clock p.m. for the 24th, so for tomorrow. We're going to start to see some snow, falling across the Central Plains into the Midwest here. Some ice falling across bits of the South here. The ice is really going to start kind of kicking off here later on tonight. Across bits of Texas here. Into bits of Oklahoma. This will continue to track its way up here to the northeast, driving a lot of potential ice here across Arkansas and southeastern Missouri. Now for Wisconsin, you're probably going to start to see a lot of the snow starting to drive its way into the region here, kind of around the afternoon hours here tomorrow. Yeah, afternoon, evening hours here is kind of whenever the snow is going to start infiltrating the region here of Wisconsin. A lot of that ice starting to kind of pour on here across bits of the northern portion of Virginia, according to this. Now, obviously, you can't take this 100% for what you are seeing here. This is still a model here, but you can roughly get an idea of what you're going to see. But we're going to start to see a lot of this, ice starting to kind of drive its way into bits of the Mid-Atlantic, Ohio Valley, into bits of the Northeast here for tomorrow night, as we are seeing here. And eventually this will track its way up here into the Northeast, delivering a lot of heavy snow. This is where we are expecting a lot of snow to kick off here. I live in Chicago. You think we'll get any ice at all? No, I think Chicago is a bit too north. You're kind of more in that colder air zone. I think you'll mostly just see... I think you'll mostly just see snow for the most part there in Chicago. Because like I said, essentially we have all of this cold air across the atmosphere. It's relatively below freezing across all the levels of the atmosphere. Joshua says, I got to go. All right, Joshua, well, thank you so much for joining. Hope you have a wonderful night, Joshua. But yeah, like I said, we're mostly going to be inside of this colder air here up north. But as we start to kind of track down a little bit further, you know, obviously the surface is still at that freezing point, but you know, at the kind of across the mid levels, it might be a little bit more warmer, which allows for the snow to melt into, you know, melt back in the rain, which will ultimately lead to, essentially turning back into a liquid. But once it hits the surface, it will freeze and turn into ice. But like I said, this is what we are expecting here. And as we do track down in here, kind of for the morning hours here on the 25th here, this is where we're going to start to see a lot of crazy snowfall. You know, honestly, we might even pull a late night live stream again tomorrow night. That's kind of a big deal. We'll see. We'll see what happens here, guys. We might, like I said, we definitely plan on going live tomorrow. I'll tell you what. Okay, we're actually going to go live here. I think we're going to go live at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock again. So, guys, for tomorrow night, set your guys' reminders if you guys do want to join us. Like I said, you know, if you are new to the channel, guys, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. You guys will be updated to this. Like I said, we will be going live here for tomorrow during the main bulk of the system here. We will be live here again at 8 o'clock, you said. Let's go see how much snow do I think New Jersey will get. That is a good, that's a good question there. So in terms of New Jersey here, let's move on back here to the National Weather Service forecast in regard to things. So across New Jersey, you know, the northern portion of New Jersey does look like it's going to get all the snowfall. You know, kind of across the bottom 2/3, the central and southern portion of the state, you're maybe going to see maybe up to a trace to an inch being possible. For the northern portion, I'd honestly say maybe 2 to 4 inches. Like I said, this is your official forecast here by the National Weather Service. So this is what you can this is what you can expect here. So like I'd say 2 to 4 inches across northern New Jersey, central and southern. We're talking maybe a trace to an inch being possible here. But there's kind of a large gradient line here going on. So a single single shift to the north will drag less snowfall, and a single shift to the south will drag more snowfall. But right now, in terms of what we are expecting, 2 to 4 across the north, maybe 1 inch to a trace, or a trace to 1 inch here across the central and southern portion of New Jersey. Hope that answers your question. Now, in terms of ice here for New Jersey, that's not what I want to look at. It's still a little bit too early because, like I said, you know, this just covers the next day. You know, this just covers for the next day here, where you do see this ice. So this is over 24 hours, but this will track its way up here into the northeast down the line. And we'll watch this closely. Blaze says, I got to go. See you later. Thanks for being helpful and awesome. You too, Blaze. Thank you so much for joining. Glad to see you here. Hope you have a wonderful night. And like I said, guys, if you have any questions, you know I'll be here for you all. Thank you. You're very, very welcome. Glad to help you guys out. That's what I'm here for. So, like I said, we're going to go ahead and move right on back, guys. We're going to take a look here at the current view here across western Kentucky. Because, like I said, we are seeing a bit of ice that is currently going on here at the moment. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and switch right on over here to our radar view. Obviously, we have our national radar above my head currently going off here. But look at this. We are seeing a lot of sleet and freezing rain starting to kind of kick off here. We are seeing, you know, kind of across this orangish gold shaded color here, we are seeing some sleet that is falling here across the region. Basically just little ice pellets. If you guys don't know what sleet is, that's essentially what it is. And we just moved a little bit further south here, kind of for this red area here, kind of this pinkish red. This is where we are seeing some freezing rain. So it looks like rain, falls like normal rain, but once it hits the surface, your temperature is freezing, which does allow it to turn into ice. Which that's the main difference between rain and freezing rain. It's not what it looks like when it's falling, it's what happens whenever it hits the ground. That's determining freezing rain and rain there. So then we do have a little bit of snow that is kind of kicking off here across bits of the, you know, kind of the central and southern portion here of bits of Indiana here, as well as basically southwestern Ohio. We are seeing a bit of snow that does look like it is falling across the area. That is what we are kind of seeing here in terms of things. So like I said, guys, we're probably going to go ahead and call it a live stream. Like I said, I wasn't planning on going live here for too long. However, I did want to give you guys an idea in terms of what you might expect. If you guys have any questions, right now is the time to answer them. And if you guys, like I said, if you have any questions, guys, you know I'll be here for y'all. And that's pretty much what we're talking about here. I think we're ready to go ahead and end the live stream. So, if you have any questions, guys, now is the time to ask them. But like I did say, we will be live here tomorrow around 8 o'clock. Kind of what we are expecting here. 8 o'clock, we are expecting to go live. 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. So that is 7 o'clock Central. Dragon Z says, thanks for the live stream. I appreciate it. Very, very welcome, Dragon. Glad to see you here tonight. Glad to see all of you guys here. And guys, like I said, if you are new to the channel, guys, do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button. That'll be greatly appreciated. I promise you guys won't be disappointed. We'll give you guys all the latest information you need to know here in regard to these events. And we're already on the road here to 600 subscribers. Can you believe it? You guys are crazy. I really do appreciate your support. Seriously, you guys are the best here. But yeah, that is what we are talking about, guys. So if you have any more questions, guys, I'll be here for y'all. Okay, so I think that's going to go ahead and cut it, guys. Once again, like I said, thank you all so much for joining us. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night here. Like I said, we'll be here live tomorrow, so we're going to go ahead and go on over to the ending screen for y'all. So once again, guys, thank you so much. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night. If you have any further questions, guys, you can comment on our live stream whenever this goes public. It'll be up here in a few minutes. And once it does, you guys can comment down below if you have any further questions. But anyways, guys, thank you all so much for joining tonight. I hope you all stay safe. Hope you guys stay warm as well. And like I said, we'll pick back up on this tomorrow whenever the ice starts impacting the Ohio Valley into the northeast, as well as all that crazy snow. So, all right, guys, thank you all so much for joining tonight. And I'll catch you guys here in the next one.
Accumulation should be tonight into early Thursday morning. For the rest of the day Thursday, temperatures should rise above freezing and transition the precipitation over to all rain, except